Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Cars I Like in Gran Turismo 7. This time we have yet another car from my childhood. This time it wasn't one that my dad owned, but one that was owned by the person my dad worked for. But more on that in a little bit. First, a history lesson about the 904. Officially designated the Carrera GTS, it was Ferdinand Bootsy Porsche's 1963 masterpiece, the first of the modern Porsches and the first plastic Porsche, plastic as in fiberglass. The 904 was originally fitted with a 2-liter 4-cam flat 4-cylinder engine, where the earlier Porsche cars had space frames and primarily aluminum bodywork. The chassis of the 904 was comprised of a rectangular steel welded frame to which the fiberglass body was directly bonded. The suspension was derived from Porsche's Formula cars, with unequal length wishbones and coilover shocks at either end. 4-wheel disc brakes, a first for Porsche, were standard 911 units, though with larger diameter discs. The 2-liter 4 lived ahead of the rear axle and produced 158 horsepower in street trim and 180 horsepower in race trim. Inside the 904 featured fixed seats with pedals and steering wheel adjustable for reach. Typical of GT racers of the era, the accommodations were anything but grand. Bare fiberglass was the norm, side windows were sliding plexiglass, and weather sealing was minimal at best. Now for my connection to this car. My dad worked for a man named Henry Payne who collected and raced these plastic Porsches in the Sports Car Vintage Racing Association, or SVRA. These events were put on all over the country with vintage racing cars. He owned one of each 904, 906, 907, 908, 910, and a 917. This video is the actual 904 I grew up knowing. Henry acquired this pale yellow 904 from its original owner in 1966 and used it as his daily driver, as it was his only car at the time. He replaced the troublesome 2-liter 4 with a 2.4-liter 6 911S engine. That engine was then replaced with another slightly larger 911S engine with a different cam and fuel injection, and horsepower in this car, as you see it here, is estimated at 250 horsepower. The video of Henry Payne and most of his Porsches come from a documentary, and I will provide a link to the video in the description. It's a very worthwhile watch for sure. As you can see in the video of the car in-game, I tried to bring that car I fell in love with all those many years ago to life. I think this is one of the most beautiful cars ever made. The lines, the headlights, the taillights, it's all just perfect. The car drives great in the game, and with some upgrades, it performs as good as it looks. Sure, there are many cars that are faster in a straight line, but this one handles terrifically. This, by far, is one of the most beautiful cars in my eye. Thank you once again for watching another Why I Love This Car from Gran Turismo 7, and hope to see you in the next one.